So do you remember 2003, before WhatsApp, Netflix, and before anybody knew what a Kardashian was? I was in a play called Ek Ghoda Teen Sawar. And all I had to do was finish my scene, wait for the blackout, and exit. Simple enough. So there I am, the scene gets over, the lights fade out, the transition music fades in, and I start to make my exit. Suddenly somebody bangs into me and spins me around in the dark, and I've lost complete sense of direction. So now I know that the exit is on my left. So I turn to the left and I can see a little sliver of light. So I said, okay, walk to the light. I start walking to the light and trying to feel out for the masking cloth on the wing. I'm like, okay, I can feel the masking cloth. That's good. Masking cloth, leather, backrest, seat, face. I was in the audience and I was holding an audience member's face. Another time I had to again exit, but I had to go up the stairs, and this was in full stage lights. And I had to say, I quit, and then walk up these stairs. So there I am, I say, I quit. And I go up the stairs and I slip and I fall right on my face. Some years back, I was doing another play called All About Women, and I was playing a 4-year-old baby along with 2 other actresses. And our costumes were these black shirts, black leggings, and a yellow wraparound skirt. This time I had not to do any exit. I just had to sit at the center of stage with a coloring book and crayons. And in the middle of the scene, I had to look at another actress and say, my skirt is prettier than yours. So there I am, sitting in the center of stage with my coloring book and my crayons. And the time comes and I turn to the other actress and I say, my skirt is prettier than yours, okay? And the 3 of us turned to look at my skirt and realized just then that I'd forgotten to wear my skirt. See, these are the stories that bring cast parties to life. Between 2007 and 2014, I was one of the busiest actresses in Bombay. I had 11 running productions. Some were Hindi, some were English, some were musicals where I had to sing songs or dance or do Kathak. I used to do 3 to 4 rehearsals in a day, learning my lines while driving my car. And between that, I used to also go for auditions for ad films and movies. And I directed 3 plays. I did a TV show called 24. And I could do all that because I stayed on top of things. I was organized. I went to the gym, worked out, ate healthy. So by the end of 2004, I had done 50 odd plays, 45 commercials, and I've lost count of how many short films. So 2014 was a year of hope and money and success and fame and lots of friends. 2015. No job, no rehearsal, no auditions, no money, no friends, relationships, no petrol, and also no car. Everything had dried up. And I don't know what had happened. Was it me? Was I not good enough? Thin enough? Tall enough? Pretty enough? Was I not talented enough? Was I not enough? I was full of fear. I felt like negativity had consumed me. I disliked auditions, rehearsals. I disliked people in general. I felt like everywhere I went, I had this aura of blackness around me, like flies were buzzing. And worst of all, I didn't want to be an actor anymore. And this was heartbreaking because since I was a little girl, that's all I wanted to be. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to bring characters to life, to tell stories. I felt like that girl who was spun in the dark, who had lost all sense of direction. So I thought, all right, let me extricate myself from this rat race. So I borrowed money from my father and I went to Prague to study filmmaking. I studied direction, camera editing, sound, assisting, everything. And I came back and I felt rejuvenated and I thought now things will be different, everything will change. But nothing did. I sank deeper into my depression. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get out of my house. I spent my days sleeping. I stopped eating, stopped bathing. Even brushing my teeth felt like a mammoth task. I was embarrassed of who I had become. Because up until that point, my life was all about living with grace and dignity and professional acumen and my cats. Now, I was just the lady with the cats. I had one thing though that I never had before. I had dengue. In 2016, while everybody was going through their own midlife crisis in the world, I was walking myself to the doctor, getting blood tests done, cooking for myself. It was the loneliest time in my life, my rock bottom. So there I was sitting in my sickness. I'd completely surrendered. I couldn't fight anymore. I had nothing left, nothing. I felt like I was nothing. I had nothing. I had nothing to lose. Nothing more could be taken from me. Nothing worse could be done to me. So I had nothing to fear. I mean, what was the worst that could happen to me now? Nothing. So what was the point of blaming anyone or anything? What was the point of blaming myself or being the victim? Because the world owes me nothing. And that notion changed everything. I was no longer afraid. And this fearlessness gave me the audacity to take a stance and to scream to the universe and said, enough, enough, enough was enough. I was no longer going to be meek or polite or shy or timid or afraid. I was going to ask for what I wanted. I mean, I'd heard people say, believe in your dreams and dream big and work hard and the world is your oyster. And I thought, this is all bullshit, yeah, because that means that I failed at dreaming as well. Man, that really ticked me off. So I literally challenged the universe. I said, fine, here it is. Here are my dreams. Here are my aspirations, my desires, my hopes. Now make it happen. I dare you, universe. Ab karke dikha. So here we are, 2017. And I think the universe is listening. Because one of my aspirations for the longest time was to do a TED talk, and here I am. I mean, it's unbelievable. It blows my mind. Since 2014, I hadn't done a single ad. And just this month, I did 3. And when I go back, I'm going to start shooting for a web series. And soon, I'll be in some rehearsal room, and then I'll be on stage, falling on my face, ruining my exits, and bringing cast parties to life. And none of it had anything to do with luck. It had all to do with just showing up. Not checking out, but just showing up and believing that I'm superior to circumstance. So yeah, I think the universe is listening. And I'm so glad that I'm here talking to you at this stage in my life, and not before, not after, but at this cusp. But I have to be honest, I'm not completely in the clear, but I'm trying. I'm trying so hard every single day to keep the blackness at bay, to wake up and ask myself to be brave, to hold my nerve, to demand for what I want, no matter how ludicrous my dreams may seem, and to remember, to remind myself that I am not nothing. I'm not nothing, but I'm also not only one thing. I'm a baker, I'm a writer, a painter, a director, a filmmaker, a TED talker even, and yes, still an actor. I know that the world owes me nothing, but I want it all because I owe it to myself. So be brave, be angry, tread the unseen path, look the darkness in the eye, and who knows, maybe in a month, a year, a decade from now, our paths could cross and we could share our stories about how we challenged the universe and how that little sliver of light brought us out of the darkness. Thank you.